back to another video of the ERP. We're restoring a 1966 Dodge Dart 270 convertible with a slant 6 225 engine. I'm Dakota.
And I'm Bryson.
Woohoo! We're done with the rear suspension and brakes. We're not done yet. Now that we finished rebuilding the front suspension and brakes, the car is back on all four matching wheels and tires.
That's right, it's a huge milestone for us, but the work is far from over. Now comes the scary part, removing the interior.
Dun dun dun! I will gasp. As my dad and I were cleaning out all the junk and the extra parts in the interior, we found rat poop. So we're a little bit scared, but nothing smelled like a rotting dead animal, so that was good. So we just crossed our fingers, put our gloves and mask on, and hope it will go well. Take a look.
Here's a reminder of what the interior looked like before we started removing it.
Here's where we start moving the front seat bench hinge covers, seat belts, and lock pillar to door belt seal. Today our task was to remove the interior, and as you can see, we did that successfully. The previous owner had left out the car without any protection in the elements, so there's all sorts of rust and dirt and grime in the interior, and Dad's been walking through the parts.
Cool, so the first thing we did was remove the front bench seat, and that came out pretty easily. There are 4 bolts, 2 on each side, that actually attach from underneath the car. So we had to get underneath and remove those nuts, and then the seat came out, right? So that was the front seat. It also had seat belts, which were in the way over here too, and this is a hinge cover. This side was broken, the other one was intact. I'll show you a picture of that. But we removed those hinge covers as well. And then this knob was missing. I ordered another knob and got that. And then there's also some springs that were broken underneath that I'll show you here in just a little bit. So underneath, when you press that lever on the side, it's supposed to activate these springs underneath. So these springs here were broken. So after we replaced the springs on the seats there, at least the track moves forward and back now, which is good. So after we removed that front seat, it was moving to the back seat. So the back seat was really interesting. There are hooks inside the car, and I'll show you a picture of those. But they attach right about here and right about here. And so to get these out, I really had to crank on it and push it in really hard to get them to move out. I'll flip it over so you might be able to see. Let's see if it has them. They actually attach right here and right here. So I had to really press hard on these spots right here to get the seat to release. Once that seat was released, then there's the back portion of the seat, and there's these bolts under here, these little levers right there. So I was able to remove those on both sides, and then the seat just lifted up off of the back. And this part that you're seeing, it's pretty shot in the back right here. It covers the convertible top. All right, so with the seats out, then it was just a matter of removing the other interior pieces. So we removed the front kick panel, door panel. Once the door panel was off, we were able to remove, it's got this kind of a chrome separator piece right here, and then a vapor barrier that was hanging from that. And then there's the rear quarter panel, floorboards, and then that's the back covers up the convertible top. And then back here, that covers up from the trunk side, that covers up the convertible top pump and hydraulic system. So as you can see, this is in pretty bad shape. Oh, and this right here is weather stripping that basically went around the frame of the door. And we removed all that. We've got replacement weather stripping kit. So anything that has to do with the rubber in the car, we've already ordered that. We've got it in stock. We're going to be installing that at some point, but not anytime soon. And then finally, this is the front part of the windshield, the chrome that goes around that, the sun visors, the mirror. So I want to show you some of this. You can see how bad a shape it's in, being out in the elements. So this is really, rusted and pitted. But I've watched some YouTube videos. This is what it's supposed to look like right here. That's where the rear view mirror was sitting. But I've watched some YouTube videos on how to restore chrome, and I tried it out a little bit on the lock for the convertible top. I'll show you a picture of that. Kind of show you the difference just by using a wire wheel. But we've also obtained a polishing kit. So this is 6-inch buffing wheels. Got this off of Amazon. This can attach to a drill, or it can attach to a bench grinder. And there's 3 different compounds in here. A coarser grit to a finer grit. And then there's also 3 types of wheels in here. 2 yellows and then a white wheel. The number 1 and 2 go on the yellow wheels, the 5 goes on the white wheel. And it's supposed to help polish things up to look brand new. Some of the instances where we've got it pretty bad, where it's pitted and or raised on the chrome right there. I mean, you can even hear that, right? So we'll have to take a file to it and then sandpaper and go finer and finer on the sandpaper until it's smooth, and then we'll take the polishing wheel to it. But it's either that or replace it, and honestly, replace it probably is not an option because these parts are not made anymore. So it's kind of make do with what you have or do without. So we're going to do our best to get all the shiny pieces shiny again. As far as the interior goes, I have done some research online, and I've found some replacement seat covers and padding kits that I can order. It's just a matter of me seeing if it's something I think I can do on my own, or whether I obtain the materials and they get somebody to do it for me. But a lot of this probably can be cleaned up. And I've even watched some videos where you can buy some spray on paint for upholstery paint, and that definitely can help out and kind of turn things back to new. So I'm hoping that that'll work. We'll see if it will or it won't, but as you can see, the interior's in a pretty bad shape. But we had to get the interior out in order to get the car ready to go get body work and paint done, because that is something for sure I know that I can't do. I asked Ashley if it was okay if I turned our carport into a body and paint booth for 6 months to a year, and she didn't much like that idea. So well, we're gonna be looking for a body and paint shop to help get the Dart's exterior and interior paint back to its former glory. So in the meantime, while the Dart is in the shop getting that stuff done, we're going to be working on all the bright work, all the shiny stuff, the chrome, the aluminum, the stainless steel, and seeing what we can do to restore it. And then working on as much weather stripping replacement as we can as well for the windows and stuff. So that's that. Stay tuned. Much more to come. After the interior was removed, the good news is that we didn't find any dead animals. The bad news is that while I was vacuuming the floor pan, I accidentally bumped one of the hydraulic hoses to the convertible top, and the hose busted and started leaking fluid all over the place. So now you can join us in our next episode as we troubleshoot the hydraulic convertible top system. See you next time.
See ya.